What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode on Keeping It Real with Credit. I'm your host, Ray, with Keeping It Real. And if you're new to this channel, consider subscribing because on this channel, we talk anything and everything regarding credit, personal finance, tips and tricks on real estate, automotive, investments, you name it, you're definitely going to find it here. As promised, every week, once a week, I try to go live to answer any or all of your questions regarding credit and personal finance. So this is your time to ask all the questions that you need just to get some more clarification on there. At the same time, with that being said, in the screen here, as you see here in the bottom, you're able to give us a call right now and ask additional questions, or maybe some questions that require a more detailed look as to what your credit situation is, so that one of our credit analysts, literally right behind me, can definitely answer those questions for you. So at any moment during this live session, feel free to go ahead and call the number on the screen. Also, feel free to go ahead, if you don't have time right now for whatever reason, in the description below, if you scroll down just a bit, you're gonna see a link that's gonna have access to my calendar. Select your availability, the best time and date for you, and we're gonna go ahead and call you back ASAP. What we're gonna conduct is just to get a better overall picture as to what's going on. What you're gonna get if you call the number or you schedule the evaluation is a free evaluation, basically detailing all the details regarding your credit report, and highlighting all of those negative items that are affecting your score or holding you back, and ultimately come up with a plan of attack. Also includes pricing, because here we do credit restoration. We specialize in just that. So my hand selected team basically pours their hard sweat and tears into all the disputes on your behalf. With that being said, we have some great results to show your way, and I'm looking forward to answer any and all of your questions regarding your credit. With that being said, guys, I want to go ahead. I have some results here, as usual, as promised, to kind of go and show you in the detail. In addition to that, keep in mind that these results here are generated within our system, and it's something that we go ahead and provide to all of our clients on a month-to-month basis, just to keep them in the loop. And I think you're gonna like this one. Well, we'll leave this one for some time, but nonetheless, actually, let's go ahead and discuss this one, because this has a lot of information, a lot of details that I think a lot of you are interested in. I keep getting the questions on whether student loans or bankruptcies can actually be removed, and absolutely they can. Bankruptcy, as a matter of fact, any credit is a credit act. If you guys know what that means, the Fair Credit Reporting Act was put in place by Congress around 1970 to promote the fairness and the accuracy of the information that reports on your credit report. Because of this act, we're actually able to challenge and or dispute any of the information sitting there on your credit report. And it states that if something's unverifiable, inaccurate, or incomplete, it must be corrected or removed. So what does that mean exactly? So, for example, when I got out the Marine Corps in 2013, I came back home from Afghanistan from a bunch of collections, right? And this was in the process of where I was learning more about credit. So I decided to find out what my options were myself. I found that a lot of mistakes were actually on my credit report, on top of all the collections that I had over time. And the reason why I generated a lot of collections or whatnot is because I was deployed for 7 months. And as a matter of fact, for you service members out there, I'm pretty sure I'm not the only one, and it probably does continue to happen today, is that your unit actually gives you a letter so that you can go ahead and mail over a copy to to your banks, to your anybody you have a loan with, so on and so forth, kind of giving them a heads up as to, hey, I'm gonna be gone outside the states, in a combat environment. I don't have access to phones, ATMs, or anything of that nature. Please freeze my accounts until I get back. I guess none of my accounts followed suit, and I came back home to a bunch of collections. So with that being said, that's how I fell into that situation. The money we earn out there in the military, especially when you're overseas, is tax-free, and I wasn't about to spend my tax-free money that I literally fought for on collections. But with that being said, I did some research and stuff like that. And for example, if your name doesn't match verbatim to how it is on your social security card, then technically that is not your name. So at the top section of a credit report, you're going to see information like your name, date of birth, addresses, previous or actual employers, and things like that of that nature. And my name was misspelled incorrectly, and the variations between credit bureaus were very different. Because of that, I was able to remove some collections off of my credit report to include a repossession from my credit report. So after transitioning out the Marine Corps and I got out, it was very hard for me to go ahead and find a job, as I'm sure a lot of veterans can definitely relate to. It took me a while, and in that process, I got my car repossessed. You know, I didn't pay for my vehicle, yet they had every right to take my vehicle. I can't argue that. But I still decided to go ahead and do the dispute months after, and I was actually able to get it removed. After doing some more research, I actually pinpointed the right reason that I was able to get it removed, and it was because, one, they couldn't verify my signature, and two, they couldn't find any record of the report that was made. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, when a car is repossessed in your state, the tow truck company or the repossession company is supposed to at least report that to the local police department, the VIN number and the license plate number, just so that if the individual comes out and their car is missing, they don't report it stolen. And if they do, then the police department is going to say, look, well, it didn't get stolen, your car was actually repossessed. Go ahead and include that in there, go ahead and follow up with them. So within that process, I was able to, they couldn't bring forward that information when I requested it, and then that item was removed. And I've been leasing cars ever since, and when you run my credit report, that information doesn't appear at all whatsoever. And so that's pretty much the reason why that happened, is because, again, if something gets removed from a credit report, it was because it was considered unverifiable, inaccurate, or incomplete from one way or another. So this client right here, as of 30 days, we was able to remove 34 negative items from their credit report. Their scores jumped up a 642. And the interesting part about it is that a lot of these accounts on this that got removed within the first 30 days is actually what a lot of you guys actually call for or have questions about. I think this report right here kind of encompasses everything, and this analysis here, or this re-import, as we call it here at the company, is again, it takes data from the recent credit report that you have, any changes that happens, and it'll let you know if something got deleted, how much your scores went up, and how many items. Again, this is just to simplify the information that we go ahead and bring forward to all of our clients here. So 34 items, as you see here, got removed within 30 days, one of which was an inquiry, right? Now, the beautiful part here, another one was credit acceptance, which is a collection, right? This was actually removed here. Toyota Motor Credit. So this person also had a repossession that we was able to get removed. They also had 30 days late 6 times, and 60 days late around 9 times. And again, we was able to remove that whole account. And keep in mind that this is very important, because think about it. 35% of your credit score has to do with payment history, right? And payment history accounts, again, for 35% of your score. So for example, if you had a perfect credit score and you had one account fall off into collections or a charge off or anything of that nature, that can potentially drop your score of up to 100 points, if not even more. And so that got removed. And now the beautiful thing is that all these student loans got removed. If you see it here, you're gonna see U.S. Department of Education, U.S. Department of Education. Here's pages upon pages. Navient, U.S. Department of Education, U.S. Department of Education. Pages upon pages, U.S. Department of Education, Toyota Motor Credit, once again, U.S. Department of Education. Guys, these are student loans. Student loans getting removed in the first 30 days of this client being in our program. We was able to do that. Guys, we've been, the experience here goes vast and wide, and we're very familiar on the particulars and how the student loan industry or motor vehicle industry receives this type of information. So we have definitely, through trial and error, have gained a huge amount of insight as to the information they receive, how they receive it. And with that being said, we're able to tailor our strategies legally around that to be able to increase the opportunities or the probabilities of success of us getting these accounts removed, because we understand how important this is for all of you, right? So guys, keep in mind, remember, just to kind of reiterate back, if at any point you want to have any particular questions at all whatsoever, feel free to call the number on the screen and we'll definitely help you out. Again, that number is, as you see, 1-888-424-0058, option number 1. That being said, I'm just going to keep flipping through all these student loans that got deleted. Progressive is another one that got deleted. He defaulted, obviously, within his credit report. The reason why Progressive got on here, guys, if you have a lease or a finance, if you're not upkeeping the insurance to the requirements that the manufacturer requires, or the bank requires, I guess in this case, they can repossess your car even if you have been paying on time, right? And so the combination of both is what you see here. So again, U.S. Department of Education, pages upon pages of deletions in the first 30 days for this client. So this client is definitely extremely happy. We still definitely have some more work to do when it comes to this client's credit report, but nonetheless, it's actually a great start already. And I think this client could be done in the next 30 to 60 days or so. Definitely excited to continue to show you guys what we're doing here for people. Robert, what's up, man? Thank you for joining in. Carmen Hicks, looking to attack my poor credit starting today to see results as soon as 30 days. Is this realistic? Carmen, absolutely it is. As a matter of fact, when we send dispute letters over to the credit bureaus, by law, we have to give anywhere between 30 to 45 business days for them to respond back. With that being said, here in our company, you're going to go ahead and get results every 30 days or every time we send out a dispute over to the credit bureaus, which, however, we do send out by certified mail and red receipt. And because of that, we're able to go ahead and provide tracking numbers, which provides a level of transparency for you guys as our clients, so we can confirm whether something got sent and received, even though that is an optional fee. I guess in reality, here at this company, that's not an option, right? We're gonna send everything by certified mail because, again, it really just adds that level of transparency, and really it's really the only way to hold the credit bureaus accountable to that 30 to 45 day time frame when we have that. If they're 1 day late or 2 days late or more, that is a violation within the Fair Credit Reporting Act, and we will track down a consumer attorney for you to take a look at your case to see what options you have. But nonetheless, that is a violation in itself. So, definitely something that we can do that with, right? So moving on, Robert, DJ Bob saying hi. Getting real with Ray. What's up, man? Pancho Perez. Hey, Ray, thank you for the awesomeness. Thank you very much for commenting and supporting the channel. Israel Tyndall, I'm hyped for the second round. Israel, we're definitely hyped as well. Israel is one of our clients, guys, and I believe that shows his results last week. He actually started off with over 150 inquiries, and we was able to remove over 140 inquiries within the first 30 days. So that was a huge success there. Thank you so much for that opportunity, Israel, and we're looking forward to more results like that for you coming up soon. Beautiful Mind just filled out the form for an appointment. Awesome, Beautiful Mind. We're looking forward to speaking with you. Robert, Ray knows his shit, man. Please, guys, best guy to help you out. Thanks a lot, Robert. King Arthur, what's up? How you doing? Devon Satterwhite. Sorry if I messed up the name there. Do you charge one fee or do you charge a weekly rate? Actually, Devon, none. What we do is that we charge our fees, but it is a monthly fee. The reason for why that is, and believe me, we've had people wanting to pay one fee, and it just doesn't work that way. And I'm glad that that question came up because, it's important to know these, right? Especially when you're doing your research on which credit restoration company you're considering, right? If that's the route you're going to take. One thing to keep in mind is that on the FTC website, the Federal Trade Commission, they actually have something that's called the CROA, the Credit Repair Organizations Act. This is a rule. This is a set of rules and regulations that credit restoration companies or professionals need to follow or abide by, and it includes everything within things that you could say or cannot say, what you could promote, what you can't promote, certain things that must be on the service agreement that you sign up with the service. And one of the things that there says is you cannot charge for work unless it's already been done. So companies that charge a one set fee, that's actually illegal. And if there's companies out there providing a one standard fee, then you might not want to, regardless of their performance or the results, you might not want to do business with them, because that just means that they're not really knowledgeable or up to date with the rules and regulations. They can actually get audited and shut down by the FTC, and that's just a dangerous position to be in. So we cannot charge for work that hasn't already been done. So our monthly service fees are in arrears. So for example, if you start with us today, you're going to be billed 30 days from today for the work that was done previously. Does that make sense? In addition to that, there is an upfront cost, or what we call the setup fee. And that setup fee basically covers, it doesn't include credit restoration services, just to be clear, but it includes everything that's set up for that. So it includes the online portal access that you're going to have access to go ahead and monitor what we're doing here for you. So every client here within our program gives you access to an online portal that you get to track everything that we're doing on your behalf. My processing department communicates with you every 15 to 30 days to ensure that you don't have any questions at all whatsoever, and to also remind you that you should be expecting the results from the credit bureaus to your home again every 30 days. We know when that 30 days is up because, again, we send everything by certified mail and we have tracking numbers. In addition to that, there's a part or a section that takes my processing team the longest, which is the strategy building. Basically getting all the negative items or accounts that you have on your credit report, literally going in there and dissecting every bit of piece of information on there, and then developing a strategy or a plan of attack that we're going to go ahead and follow throughout the duration that you're here within our program. And then the upfront cost of certified mail, which at this point it used to be $5.65. But the U.S. Postal Service actually increased that amount, and it's close to around $6 per item, right? Per letter that we send out. So, that definitely covers the cost. Pricing, however, is based on the amount of negative items or the work that has to be done. This is actually uncovered through the free credit evaluation. So with the free credit evaluation, you're going to get a tons of credit information, especially in particular to what's on your credit report, and it's going to include pricing. And you're going to take home an analysis kind of looking like this, where it kind of illustrates some credit information and all the negative items that you may be having on your credit, and for you to take home. So something for you to visually take home, something that you can understand and actually learn from. Again, there's no obligation to join the service, but you're going to take away some pricing information. That way you know what your options are. So let's go ahead and answer some more questions. The sewing Brad, what's the cost? Again, pricing is based on the amount of negative items that you have on your credit report, only uncovered through the evaluation process. Again, you can kick off an evaluation by calling the number on the screen, or in the link in the description, you're able to go ahead and schedule a free credit evaluation. And I also text you from that number so that you can have my number as well. All right, so Gloria Lucas, is it possible to get credit card companies to lower your interest rates? Yes, you can. You definitely can. All you got to do is just be open and honest with them, explain your situation, and maybe they can give you some sort of hardship interest rate deduction for a certain amount of time, just to go ahead and help you out. Or, as your credit increases, you'll have access to better credit. Now, somebody want to business. So if you say, hey, look, I'm considering this other credit card that I already pre-approved for, there's talking me at this rate. Can you beat that, or can you do better? And in most cases, in that scenario, they might do a soft pull of your credit, which is not going to affect your credit score, and then they can apply that change as need be. So hopefully that helps out, Gloria. A beautiful mind. You look at all three reports, correct? Yes, we only look at all three reports. We have a lot of people here saying just look at my Credit Karma, and unfortunately, we're not going to do that. Why? Because again, Credit Karma only gives you 2 out of the 3 credit bureaus, and I do not like guessing on people's credit. So please, if you're gonna call here or if you're gonna schedule an appointment here, please understand that we take what we do very serious. We have a passion for this to help everybody out. And with that being said, it needs to be done the right way. If not, why even do it at all? So we need to take a look at all 3 scores and 3 reports, actually, because that's the only way where we can find out or pick up on these red flags or indicators of the probabilities of there being inaccurate or unverifiable information that we can then leverage to get these accounts removed from the credit report. All right, guys, moving on to the next set of results. In 30 days, 32 points, 25 points, 30 points. We got 1 item removed, and that's all he had. This was a JP Morgan Chase credit card. So this client is pretty much done and over with within 30 days of our program. And again, JP Morgan Chase cards can be difficult at times, just like Capital One, but we have our workarounds around that. Guys, if you're interested in scheduling your free credit evaluation, make sure again to call the number on the screen right now. We have credit analysts standing by, ready to answer any of all of your questions and to give you that free credit evaluation. The evaluation is literally just 20 minutes of your time, literally 20 minutes of your time to gain an insurmountable amount of knowledge regarding your credit, to see what your options are so that you can go ahead and better strategize what your next moves are. Guys, this next set of rounds right here, this one is actually one that we get very often, and a lot of you may see this within your credit reports now with whatever credit monitoring provider that you're using, and this right here has to do, so this client got 6 items deleted from the credit report. We highlighted that score in the middle, the Equifax score, for a particular reason. So Experian went up 51 points in 30 days to a 654. TransUnion went up just 7 points to a 660, but the Equifax went up 122 points to a 741. So this could be that sometimes there's banks that just report to one credit bureau as opposed to all 3. There is banks there, it is really out there. There is banks out there that basically just only deal with one set of credit bureaus, which I don't know why, but it is out there. However, we was able to get Sally Mae, the student loan, removed. As you see here, World Omni Financial, and Sally Mae, once again, this was a student loan here. Now, the beautiful thing is that, again, I don't have the actual full report here in front of me, but in a lot of cases, when there's credit reports that have one score fluctuating way significant over the other, what happens is, what we'll do here is that we'll go ahead and take a copy of the results from the other 2 credit bureaus, and we'll send it to the one that's lacking. Basically telling that credit bureau, okay, credit bureaus, these 2 obviously found a discrepancy within the system or the information being reported that deemed it to be removed from the credit report because the Fair Credit Reporting Act. How is it that you guys haven't removed it, or how is it that you guys didn't reflect the same as the other ones? So we'll send that, and that kind of does influence the change within that credit bureau. Keep in mind, guys, that when the companies out there, the banks out there, they're sending one piece of information to 3 credit bureaus, and in that transaction there, sometimes information can get lost, skewed, or maybe misinterpreted for whatever reason, and that can be the cause. It's up to you to go ahead and follow through and follow up to ensure that the information is reporting correctly across all 3 credit bureaus. That's definitely something very important, because that can mean the difference in points, which in turn can mean the difference in saving thousands of dollars when it comes to in interest rates, hundreds of thousands of dollars when it comes to interest rates on the next thing you want to go ahead and get approved for. Another nice round of results here that we have from the actual clients that we actually went ahead and we posted this on our social media account. Guys, if you have Instagram, feel free to follow our Instagram at Score Shield Financial Group. That's a company name, Score Shield Financial Group, on Instagram. And make sure to follow us, like us, send me a DM. I'll definitely respond back. But this is some results from Experian over here. And we've pretty much obviously blacked out the personal information. But we have here Enhanced Recovery Services, which is a collection agency. Navient, again, student loans, for those of you guys familiar with that. And Argon Collection Agency. Again, this item was removed. And last but not least, another Navient account removed within 30 days. This client received these results on 12 of 2020, right there, February. So very, very recent when it comes to that. Guys, let me go ahead and answer some more of you guys' questions. Pacho Perez, I'm in the midst of a mortgage offer to buy a home. By trying to fix my credit, will it interfere in any way with that process? Yes, it will. So if you're in that process, do not touch your credit. Do not apply for anything at all whatsoever, because it could hinder it. If you dispute something, it'll label something on your credit report as under dispute. And what that means is that in the process of them factoring in or calculating your credit score, it will not calculate what is under dispute. So oftentimes I've seen mortgage companies ask clients to request that comment be removed. And until then, don't do nothing at all whatsoever. If for whatever reason you don't qualify for it or whatnot, that's when we can actually step in and actually help you out with that process within a reasonable amount of time. So Marcho Rahman, yes, I am. I'm one of the owners of Score Shield Financial Group, right here located in Miami, Florida. And again, we service nationwide. We have clients from anywhere from Puerto Rico and Alaska, California. I mean, you name it. We definitely have a client in there. So with that being said, guys, I'm going to cut this live session here short. But with that being said, I'd love to go ahead and provide you some more information, more detailed information as to what your credit situation is, so my team of analysts can go ahead and give you some accurate, detailed information, give you some realistic expectations and options that we can go ahead and take advantage of for you. With that being said, we're one of the few companies that dispute all items all at once on a month-to-month basis. Other companies out there are actually, if you come in with 30 negative items, they'll probably just be disputing 5 to 10 at a time. That keeps you longer into the program. And we understand how important the credit is. We understand how exciting and how important you want to get your credit to get your next car, get your next home. And so we want to include all items all at once on a month-to-month basis. Our most challenging and difficult clients stay no more in our program, no more than 4 to 6 months on a worst case scenario. However, we've had clients just as very recent here be in our program for just 30 days. So we usually tell people that we take this on a month-to-month basis, but we're very good. We're very aggressive as to what we do, and we look forward to sharing that with you. Other than that, guys, thank you so much for the love and support. Like, comment, subscribe, share with family and friends, and until the next episode on Keeping It Real with Credit, peace. Guys, give us a call on the screen. Give us a call on the number on the screen, or schedule your evaluation in the link in the description. Feel free to ask for me. I'm here right now. So if you talk to one of my analysts, I'll be right up with them to answer all of your questions. So with that being said, thanks again, guys. And until the next episode, peace.